G'day, Nigel from Saxophone. I'm in lovely Halifax, Nova Scotia here this morning and testing out this fantastic new case from BAM cases for tenor saxophone. I'm actually over here doing a show. I've travelled over from Manchester in England yesterday. Our show's tonight, and I really wanted to check out a case that was going to be strong for taking on the aeroplane, because if you're a sax player that travels a lot, you'll know that one of the issues we have is if you ever get asked to check your saxophone on the flight, it can be a real hassle. And I've had my saxophone damaged a number of times, so it's really important to get something that's going to be strong and durable, but also quite compact. I'm really impressed with this case. BAM make fantastic cases, and not only are they quite stylish, but they're very, very strong and practical, and that's what's really impressed me about this case. So this case, you can see it's got shoulder straps on the back, which actually work really, really well, and it makes the saxophone very portable, particularly getting on and off buses and making your way through the terminal in the airport and even getting to the hotel. I found it fantastic yesterday. I wouldn't normally want to stick a saxophone on my back, but I actually have to say it was fantastic. This particular model has got a pocket on the back, which is great for storing your music in, iPad, magazines, anything really. Pretty practical. You wouldn't be able to get a music stand in there, I wouldn't think, or a saxophone stand, and that's possibly one of the downfalls of this case, but certainly for carrying items like sheet music, documents, and like I say, an iPad, it's fantastic. Looking inside the case, the clasps are very positive, which is important, particularly on this sort of case, because of course if you don't clasp it up properly and then you pick it up, you're going to be in all sorts of bother. But they're very, very positive, these clips. Inside, one of the things that I liked about it was that it really holds the saxophone very securely. This is a Godala tenor saxophone. It's a modern tenor, and in it, you know, sometimes cases are really geared up for vintage horns, but as a modern horn, this fits in really, really well. One of the really cool features about it is it comes with this accessories bag, which really fits snugly in the void here on the inside the case. There's tons of space in here, and for this trip I really need to have some reeds with me and some cleaning cloths and all of the usual sort of accessories that you bring with you. And that's normally a bit of an issue when I'm travelling, because generally I have to take it out of the case to make the case as compact as possible. But everything I need actually fits inside there. It's actually quite a lot of space inside there. The interior of the case is moulded with this foam, this fabric over the top. It's very, very durable, and it does really hold the saxophone very well. It also comes with a neck case, like a bag. And I must admit, I was a little bit dubious about this, because one of the issues, if you've used these sort of cases before, you may have experienced, like I have, that if the saxophone is dropped, the neck can bang into the bell and it will dent or damage the bell. So I wanted to make sure that this neck case was going to be thick enough, and actually it is fantastic. It's very durable, and it's got quite thick padding inside it. The other thing that's good about it is once you pop your neck in, you can use these drawstrings to close it up, and it is very, very positive, so it's not going to come apart when it's inside your bell in transit. So that's this case from BAM. I think it's fantastic. I've really enjoyed using it. I haven't had to actually check it underneath the saxophone, which is the ultimate test for any saxophone case. But for travelling on an aeroplane, and yesterday we travelled on a number of different aeroplanes to get here actually, some bigger and some smaller, and even on the smaller commercial jets, it fitted fine in the overhead locker, which is great. So when it's actually closed up, front to back, it's not very deep, and that's the issue that you generally have when you're trying to travel with a saxophone case. I guess one more feature which I thought was great yesterday travelling with it was that when it's on your back and you're going through the check-in process, it's really inconspicuous, and that sounds like a strange point to make, but actually it's a really important point when you're doing a lot of travelling. You don't want something that's going to stand out, particularly when you're going through the check-in process, because that always leads to flags and a lot of chin scratching and possibly people saying that you've got to check your saxophone in the hold. Now, when I first received the saxophone, one of the things I was concerned about was this high gloss finish. It looks fantastic, but I was wondering whether it was going to be very durable and would scratch very easily. But I have to say, it's actually very, very hard wearing. It does come in a few different finishes. You can get it in black, you can also get it in a cool stripy finish. I quite like the silver, but it is actually very durable, which is fantastic. Particularly if you're doing lots of gigging, traveling around, touring, you need something that's very durable. So that's this case from BAM. I think it's a fantastic option. It may not be the cheapest option. It's certainly they are quite expensive as far as cases go, but in terms of the quality, build quality, the materials, the way it holds your saxophone and the practicality of it, I think it's one of the best options you could look at for a saxophone case. So don't forget to check out McGillmusic.com for reviews of other great products, and if you've got a product that you'd like to find out a bit more about, then please do get in touch.